Hello everyone, it's Disc here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life. Just back from Bloodstock Festival 2017. Literally the day after, got back late last night, straight to bed, particularly as suffering from a head cold now as well, which completely knocked me out last night, but here we are, day after. And this video is just to kind of give you a bit of an overview, short review of some of the bands we saw over the weekend. There will be a longer review, you can check that out when it goes up on the site in a few days, but for now I just want to touch upon some of the many bands we saw. We saw quite a few, really hectic weekend. Probably the first, this is my fourth time being there, and the first for another of the writers for the site, and definitely the most hectic weekend I've had so far. With so many bands across so many stages, wanted to check out at least, see a couple of songs by, so it was a lot of running back and forward, very exhausting, but well worth it. So we're going to start with Thursday. This was the, you can see that very well, but this was basically the lineup on Thursday. Only a handful of bands play Thursdays. It's kind of the opening of the festival, party night, but it was such a unique style of bands and absolutely fantastic. Caught a bit of Ramage Inc. They were okay. Can't really remember that much, to be honest. Did have a few beers, but compared to what followed afterward, Gert, fantastic. Gert were brilliant, and the Infernal Sea, unbelievable. Two very polar opposites in the style of music, a bit more sludgy, doomy, that kind of thing, when the Infernal Sea's black metal. Both brilliant bands, fantastic sets, really enjoyed them. And then they got followed by the folk metal style of Windrose, another personal favourite of GBHBL. Absolutely loved that as well. They were great fun. They were then followed by Battle Beast. Now we did watch a bit of Battle Beast, but we didn't really get on with it. I think coming from Gert and the Infernal Sea and Windrose, they didn't really stand out in the same way. It wasn't really for us. So Thursday night, we kind of watched a bit of Battle Beast, didn't really feel it, and then left it. Friday though, that's where things really got a bit more hectic for us. Probably the busiest day of the three for us compared to, say, Sunday. You know, we'd already come off the back of that. We were going to, Friday as well, we were going to go and talk to Infernal Sea, which is another video you can check out on the YouTube channel. It's a short video, not the best. First time we've ever done anything like that, so we were kind of excited for it, but we've got lessons to learn there, basically. So Friday, going to go through some of the bands that we did see. So we started off checking out a bit of Forever Still, who are on the main stage. We covered it on Bloodstock feature. Not blown away, unfortunately. I mean, it's symphonic, female-fronted metal. It didn't have a unique style. We felt like we'd kind of seen it all a bit before. They had a good crowd, though. Then we think we just hung around and went to see Thoom over on the New Blood stage. Now, this was one of the bands I was most excited for the weekend. Getting hold of their merch, though, wow, that was hard work. There was a big problem across the weekend, I noticed. I don't know other people that went. Getting the sort of New Blood band merchandise and some of the ones on the Sophie stages, the lower stages, just never seemed to be there. You'd go to the merch store and be like, hey, have you got this band? And they'd look at you blankly and be like, it's not up yet, or it hasn't arrived. And it's like, with Thoom, I was there like several times in the morning, 45 minutes before they're on stage, and you know, being asked, when are they on stage? 12:45. Oh, maybe they haven't brought it there. It's just like, okay, not that good, particularly if you've got 50 Ghost t-shirts and so on. But obviously, you know, that size, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Thoom on the New Blood stage, brilliant. One of the highlights of Friday. Fucking loved it. Loved it. The crowd would bang into it. Only 30 minutes. You only get 30 minutes on the New Blood stage. So it's short. You get a real good taste, and who I was with as well at the time, they really got into it as well. So great fun with Thoom. Then we checked out Molasses of Molasses, another favourite of GBHBL, fantastic band. Went there, really enjoyed what they were doing, really energetic stuff in the Sophie Lancaster stage. Not the biggest crowd, but I don't know why I put that cup right in front, but a lot of fun. Then after that, we went Soilwork. Weren't impressed by Soilwork at all. Bit boring, bit bland. I know they're always a big favourite and often seen as a bit of as on Holy Dark Lotus said, one of the sort of inspirations for a lot of other bands. We didn't really get into that, but it was followed by Decapitated, and Decapitated were awesome. Really enjoyed Decapitated. A lot of fun. Then we kind of took a bit. Then we needed a break, as you do. You know, it's Friday, we want to live to Sunday, we're already running around seeing X amount of bands, headbang away and having drinks. It was like, okay, got to chill out. So, didn't get a chance to see Testament, which is a bit of a pity, but, you know, sometimes you just can't do it. But did get back plenty of time, thankfully, for Blind Guardian and the headliner Amon Amarth of Friday night. brilliant, both brilliant. Blind Guardian obviously didn't have their equipment. They lost it all, got led by Amon, so there wasn't any merch. It was very stripped down, but musically, you know, if you're a fan of Blind Guardian, you're always great live. One or two songs I hadn't heard before played live, plus some of my personal favourite, like Nightfall. Absolutely great, and he's such a fantastic singer. They always blow me away. But they were bettered by Amon. Amon brought great songs, great show, great fun. Absolutely loved it. Totally won over. I like Amon Amarth, but I thought maybe I'll probably get 40 minutes in and think, yeah, I'm a bit done now, a bit repetitive, not really enjoying it. But no, the whole hour and a half, totally into it. And we always say on GBHBL that nothing excites us more, nothing pleases us more than watching a band look like they're enjoying themselves, look like they're having as much fun as we are. And we got that for Amon. Now, we actually went and saw another band after that, the late night one at Sophie's, Inquisition. It wasn't for everybody, totally got that. Extremely traditional, old school black metal. I personally really, really enjoyed it. I really like that style of black metal. As much as I love my post-black metal, modern take on it, and symphonic black metal, and all those types, sometimes I just want fucking noise. And that's what I got with Inquisition, so I cannot complain about that at all. Quick check. Try to remember. Yes, we also did say on Friday, missed them because we didn't, so we did get over. Unfortunately, didn't get to catch Biggest Riffus. They clashed. It sucked. We did get to see Hannah War. Again, a GBHBL favourite. Totally cool dudes. They were brilliant. Such a brilliant, fun band. You know, I can compare them, no disrespect to this band I'm about to say, but I compared them to Evil Scarecrow, but with better music. You know, they've got the fun, they've got the vibe, they've got that bounce. They're very popular. There's a big crowd around the Jägermeister stage, but the music I fucking loved. Got really, really into it. Totally cool band. So yeah, on Saturday we only saw one band on the Jägermeister stage again, and it was only briefly in between some of the other bands. We had to see Spiderbite, who are a rock and roll band. A couple of songs, not too much, unfortunately. But they were great. They were another great band. I think there's a very few bad bands. In fact, I wouldn't say I saw anything that was crap. It's more just like, oh, that wasn't really that good, or this wasn't that good. They were fantastic. So we then saw Winterflith. However you say that. Constant dispute how you say that. Winterflyleaf, Winterflith. British black metal band. Didn't quite... I enjoyed it, but I thought it didn't quite, the atmosphere and what I get musically from them on record was lost on a big stage outside. In a very brief time on stage, very good, just not as great as I wanted it to be. Like indoor venues and things like that, that's the perfect setup for those guys, absolutely. We then checked out Havoc, Curiosity, great fun, thrash metal, lot of fun, rock, you know, no real complaints or anything there. Then we're going to see a big one for us, Abhorrent Decimation in Sophie Lancaster stage. Boom, that was cool as fuck. Absolutely headbangingly, crushing, brutal, a lot of fun. Well worth checking them out. We're looking forward to seeing those guys on tour at the end of the year. November 5th, people, November 5th. Get down to the Boston Music Rooms and support several bands. We're big fans of the site. We're partners with Pulvis at Umbra. You've got Abhorrent Decimation headlining, and you've got Subservience on that bill as well. Absolutely incredible one on November 5th. Then what did we do? We checked out a bit of Raised by Owls. They were pretty good as well. We saw Solar Suns. Solar Suns is all New Blood band. Solar Suns were great. Impressed by them. Knew nothing by them. Absolutely. Curiosity. Yeah, well, when we're in the tent, let's check them out. Why not? And that's the fun of Bloodstock a lot of the time. If there's not a band on the main stage or the Sophie stage, go on the New Blood stage. They're only on for half an hour. You know, it's a handful of songs. Don't like them, you don't like them. Walk away. It's never packed in there, so you can't move. So if you don't like something, you can easily go in and out. But always well worth checking out because you'll find bands like Solar Suns. And then we watched, unfortunately, we can only watch, I think you can see it, but my Bowl t-shirt. Well, one of my favourite bits of merch of the weekend. We watched Bowl. Only a little bit, I'm afraid, because they clashed with Municipal Waste. So we rushed over to the main stage to catch a bit of both, basically, because download Bloodstock. It's the New Blood stage is very close to the main stage. You can check one out and quickly walk over. And Bowl were fantastic. In fact, we were a bit like, shit, should we stay and watch the end of this? But we ended up popping over, catch the start of Municipal Waste, who were great fun. Party thrash metal, man. Good laugh. Municipal Waste is going to fuck you up. It was a lot of fun. And then we watched Hatebreed. Hatebreed are always great live. I really enjoyed them again. I know they're not always, they're a Bloodstock favourite, but they're not always a favourite amongst the metal community. I thought they were great fun. Really enjoyed Hatebreed. Very positive messages. Jamie Justice is a cool fucking dude. Really enjoyed them. And then we finished it up with Creator and Ghost, of course. Right, so Creator, I thought were good. I thought they were good. I wasn't wowed. I wasn't blown away. I wasn't like, oh, I really want to see more of that. It was just enough. It was an hour set. It was like, okay, that's enough for me. Big, very popular. I don't know, no, it wasn't like say bad. It was great, but it was very good. It's just after an hour, I was kind of, I'm done now. I need something a bit different because this weekend, I mean, there was a lot of thrash and a lot of death metal at Bloodstock this year. They need to get that balance right. I feel like there was a bit too much of that and not enough of the sort of other genres. Not many high up black metal bands. I mean, I know it's who you can book and if they're available and stuff like that. So, you know, I get that, but there was a lot of black and a lot of death and a lot of thrash this weekend. But yeah, I mean, saying that, then we got the headliner, Ghost, who, must say, I was so excited to see them. I love Ghost. I think they deserved a headline slot, worth a go. I think they did fucking brilliantly. Like with a band you love, it's like I ended up coming away at the end going, well, I loved it, but they didn't play my favourite this song or that song, but then they played so many other great fucking songs, you know? Absolutely enjoyed it. Was it the best stage show? Not going to say in comparison to Amon Amarth and stuff like that. It wasn't really Ghost's thing. But yeah, I thought it was great. They did really good and proved that they can take a headline slot. You know, that's well worth remembering that for the other festivals. So on a Sunday we caught, we didn't catch anything on, oh yeah, we didn't catch anything on the Jägermeister stage, unfortunately. Sorry guys, only got a limited amount of time. But we pretty much started off with Venom Prison. We went to Venom Prison after packing up and planning to leave Sunday night. It was like, okay, let's get to Venom Prison. Venom Prison were great, very maybe a bit lost on the size of the Bloodstock main stage. I think that kind of aggression and they've got would have been better served inside a tent, but I think they did a good job of it. Then we went to check out Wretched Soul on the Sophie stage, the second stage, and they were brilliant as well. Wretched Soul were great fun. Got no real complaints about that at all. Bit of a mix around here. We kind of sort of mixed up, caught a bit of Possessed. I've seen Possessed before. I enjoyed them in last time I saw them, but I didn't really get that much from them this time. They kind of just, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really get much from them. But caught all of Obituary, which again, you know, we're talking about that thrashy death metal stuff, thrashy death metal, and it's like, it was good, but wanted a bit more at the end, a bit more than just what I got. It was a bit long, started getting a bit bored at the end, but that's, again, like I said, totally each to our own on that sense. Hell, basically the band of Sunday was Hell. Now, they only had a short amount of time. In fact, they only had 45 minutes, and in those 45 minutes, my God, they did great. Had issues with sound. He came out, his mic, the one he hold words in his ear, did not work, so for the first minute or two of their music, he's, you know, his arms going everywhere. If you've seen Hell, you know how animated he is and he theatrical is. You couldn't hear anything, any vocals. But he fixed it, gave him a handheld mic, and then a bit later on he fixed his, must have got a new side one, the one on your face mic. And they were brilliant. They really put on a fucking show. Incredibly exciting with great music. And he is such a frontman. Very exciting to watch. So theatrical. I love the way he sings as if he's singing to each individual person, not to a crowd, like he's singing to you. I love that. Cannot absolutely fault. That's an incredible ability. A massive shout out to Hell. They were the band of Sunday and one of the bands of the entire weekend. Skindred. Watched a little bit of Skindred. Obviously one of the most controversial bookings of the weekend. I know they got a huge crowd. And I think they went down very well. I watched 2 or 3 songs of theirs, and I went off Skindred years ago. They're not for me. They're not for me anymore. They're not really do much for me, and I wasn't particularly won over. But I've unfortunately around that time as well. Sorry, I've got to butcher your name here, but Nakrienthny an Irish folk metal band, let us down, unfortunately. Might have just been the stage and all that, but we didn't really get the folk side. We were looking forward to a folk metal band, really getting a Tourist Us On and the likes of that. We didn't really get that. We just kind of got a heavy metal band with a violin player up there that we couldn't really catch any part of, which was frustrating, but it is what it is. But Mist on the New Blood stage were fantastic. Absolute, really, really good, slow, doomy, psychedelic, with a little bit of what kind of reminded me of Electric Wizard, but with shorter songs and much easier to get into than say Electric Wizard. Electric Wizard can be quite full on. This was a nice take in it. After that, it was Megadeth. It was Megadeth. Last band of the weekend was Megadeth. Now, I can understand if people maybe didn't enjoy Megadeth. By this point, it was cold. You could tell people were flagging. The crowd wasn't, say, as big as it was for Ghost or even Amon. Very much more spread out. But Megadeth did great. Very, very short on words. He didn't speak much, but he seemed like he was really in a good fucking mood. When he did talk, he seemed grateful. He talked about Bloodstock and how positive and the festival was and things, and just knocked out banger after banger. I really like their set list. I loved how wide and varied it was. I mean, Megadeth have had how big of a career? How many fucking albums? You know, so it was really, really varied. They didn't smash too many of the well-knowns when they were spread out. It got to your encore and stuff like that, but they sounded good. I loved hearing Sweat and Bullets and the likes and Hangar 18 and stuff like that. So I thought they did great. I could see a lot of people, if you're not a fan of Megadeth already, not after like 40 minutes, 45 minutes going, nah, I had enough of this, I had enough of the soloing and the guitar riffing and stuff, and off you go. But fucking loved it. Absolutely great fun. No show, wasn't about that. They had a screen at the back, but where we were standing, we couldn't really see it, sort of to the side. All it was just watching Dave and Cole just fucking kick ass with some great thrash metal. Absolutely well worth a watch. And that was it. That was the last band we saw. Pretty full on. Probably could have caught a few more, but hey, human. 4 years of Bloodstock, you know, we've learned some lessons from the past about taking rests and sitting down and getting some food and not killing it, you know, and not drinking yourself into oblivion. You go to a festival, you see younger people asleep in the grass because they've gone too hard and heavy, and the weather pretty much held up really, really well. And Sunday particularly, that sun was burning, and that's when my head cold kicked in on the Sunday, so it really didn't make me feel too great. But really pleased with all the bands we saw. Said would have liked to have caught a few more. Wanted to catch people like Volbeat, couldn't get to them unfortunately. Bosk, couldn't get to them either. Many other bands like that. Just the idea is catch them on the UK shows, and absolutely massive props to Bloodstock for once again putting on another great festival. You know, this year we didn't really make use of many of the VIP facilities and things like that, what we normally do, beyond the obvious, you know, bogs and showers and stuff like that. But the actual like entertainment you get in the tent, the VIP side of things, or even the Sophie tent after hours, we didn't really take advantage of any of it because we were just having such full days. I mean, you're talking about being up at 8:30, getting your shit together in the morning, going to see a first band by 11 o'clock, and from 11 to 11, just going band, stop occasionally to grab a beer, some food, band, and stuff like that. And so you're doing like 12 hours on your feet, occasionally sit in the grass and stuff like that, and just headbanging constantly because I saw so many great fucking bands. A massive shout out to everybody that we saw, we talked to as well. You know, this was our first sort of year where we went not just as fans, because we were there as fans, but the idea was like, okay, look, let's try and talk to some of these bands and make sure they know that we've talked to you guys before. We're Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life. We love what you're doing. We want to support this future of rock and metal. We want to be part of it. We want to help the scene. We want to come along to your gigs and headbang and give you shout outs and talk non-stop. And that's what we're talking about. Some of the bands we did meet, they say like the ones that we didn't necessarily talk to but at least said hello to, like Hannah War, and of course bands like Wretched Soul and things like that. Absolutely fucking amazing. And of course that one interview we did actually pre-arrange with the Infernal Sea. Make sure you check the video. Absolutely fantastic on Thursday night as well. British black metal. We don't have a whole host of it, so I was really fucking excited to see it, and I absolutely loved it because it's not just in your face black metal. It's got symphonic elements, it's got aggression and style and stuff like that, but there's a lot more to it than that. And they have atmosphere, a massive thing in black metal. They have more than just like, they have a show as well. There's stuff there. They're doing more with that, and that's what you want to fucking see. So yeah, Bloodstock 2017. Stick around. to the site. In the next few days, we'll have a full review where we go through everything and a little bit more in detail about bands with obviously our usual ratings and things like that. But meantime, if you like this video, keep an eye out. We're going to have a lot more videos like this, a lot more based on the metal, a lot more based on the horror and games as well. Short, talky videos where you see this. Okay, so thank you for watching.